Oh my god, we're going in. Oh my god. Oh my god, this looks sick!
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. No. Run.
Look at the style! Oh my god. Dude. Holy shit. We got the reveal already.
Everyone, first things first, you saw that correctly.
September 23rd.
Just later this year on September 23rd. So you'll be able to ship out to Tau City very shortly. And in addition to that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all the details and you're ready to go, do yourself a favor, head over to our Discord at discord.gg/marathonthegame.
Why is it an A?
And of course, if you're here in Twitch chat with us today, you've already done yourself a big favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out.
It's fine. It's fine.
Looking for folks to drop codes to as well to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today.
Maybe there's going to be more later.
Let's get into it.
Maybe May is going to be
a lot of death.
Ew.
Is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there.
Holy fuck.
Crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do more than just shoot, obviously. It's a Bungie game. We got to like really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And there was so much happening. We're going to watch that trailer minimum 10 more times.
Where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong.
I want to go through everything.
But that's, yeah, it's pretty cool to see those things.
Yeah, everything goes wrong, the Andy Salisbury story. Mr. Ziegler, so why are we making Marathon? Why is Bungie going into the extraction shooter space?
I mean, extraction shooters are something that are a passion of all of ours. Like, we really like the idea of bringing this experience that we've all enjoyed, which is this kind of intense survival-based experience where you are frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. You know, it's like, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you, and testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, I don't know, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it. And so
I'm kicking my legs like a little kid, bro.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work.
You guys can't see
to
it.
make that happen.
Yeah. No, it shows. And, you know, Lars, obviously,
Bungie's
got a long history of shooters, but this is a new type altogether for us to dive into. From your side, what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So when I started at Bungie, it was on the multiplayer team. And I am a competitive person in my nature. I really enjoy PvP. And so having to take that in the Marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to see. And you know, obviously, you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some runners. Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available with?
Okay, we get the juice now.
Yeah, for sure.
We get the juice.
6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the core 4 here they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The first one in, trying to get as many picks as possible, right? Against either the UESC or other players. Next, we have Blackbird. It's a very reconnaissance-based kit, all about like figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning. Glitch is like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing and getting out, and kind of having that kind of cycle.
Well, I already
Void
know what I'm gonna make.
Is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy, all about throwing down
it's one of these two.
Smokes, going a full active camo cloak.
I guess we'll
in
see.
the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for Alpha.
I'm not a fan of invisibility in games.
And even furthermore,
but I can't say anything yet.
Also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter,
we'll see how it plays out.
You've been sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you know, you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. For these runners, you know, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy well. And then we sort of have our you know, unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world.
They did say there's going to be a lot of like unique events happening. I wonder what those events are.
We kind of reduce the amount of geometry. We limit our materials. We use a lot of graphic design and color. And we sort of use it as a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out.
Boy, it looks so cool. Sort of I was waiting for you
a lot of these
to say that.
And you know, obviously, the world of Marathon has so much legacy.
I had a feeling you will love Void.
Well, myself, but like, what's it been like stepping into this world?
What is that?
It's amazing. Oh, that's yeah, for art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left. Started out as a fan. Then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie, and so his legacy looms super large. And we've always tried to pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can see here in the center, this is kind of a proto runner we developed early in the process to make sure that our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird. With a similar fantasy and composition.
September,
so I think it's working
bro.
out well.
Oh my God.
And I think we're doing something new.
It's almost half a year.
But also sort of looking back.
What up, Rewire?
Study on how to hold the spine, right? Is what you're looking at. Right, yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah.
Are you blogging right now?
I don't know.
Because I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try and answer as many as we can.
Make sure you thoughts on the trailer
today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind, please feel free to throw it in there.
Did you like what you saw?
Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon gameplay.
Oh my God, he missed it. Don't worry, we're going to watch it like 10 more times after the stream. There's more. Oh my God, there's more. 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 This is Void, I think. It could be. Bro, look at the art style. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced
Look at the style.
combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can,
This is Extract.
make it out alive.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. That is cool, man.
And your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay. Runners with unique
DTK is looking nice.
And customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how.
Oh my god.
Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge.
DTK is looking nice.
To be played in crews with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No 2 runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events,
what the fuck is
variable
that
weather,
thing?
and unpredictable players, you'll
Storm?
have to adapt on the
Oh,
fly if you
fuck
want to
yes.
survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen.
Bro,
while
I
you're
have
chasing your
goosebumps.
objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need.
Oh my god.
You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4.
Oh my god.
Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Oh my god. Bro, I'm about to cry. Oh my god.
All right.